Hello and welcome to KMTV, your roundup of what's going on in Kent on Tuesday, July the 7th. A migrant has died in the Channel Tunnel after trespassers got onto a Eurotunnel shuttle. Graham Stothard has more.
There have been hours and hours of delays on the Channel Tunnel in recent weeks, and today there's been even more. There's waiting times of up to 3 hours for Folkestone passenger services after an incident that's killed a migrant. It was reported that some trespassers were on a freight train at 5 o'clock this morning, and the death was reported at 9 o'clock, although no other serious injuries have been reported. There will be serious delays as there are cancellations to be expected, and some parts of the tunnel are actually closed. This is Graham Stothard for KMTV in Folkestone.
A new way to deal with road chaos caused by Operation Stack has been proposed by the leader of Kent County Council. Paul Carter suggested lorries could be diverted off the motorway and held on agricultural land instead of being parked on the M20. It says 7 Kent MPs and 3 ministers have met to discuss a solution and urged the government to intervene when there's disruption at the port. A large family home will not be demolished today despite an 11-year battle over planning permission. Jem Collins has more.
While Rajram was granted planning permission in 2004 for the 4 buildings, when the 4th one came in 2010, neighbours started to complain that it was higher and bigger than the original proposals.
In other news, an ex-army officer who's been jailed twice for possessing child sex abuse images could avoid being locked up because his pacemaker may not work in prison. 61-year-old Philip Dutfield from Garden Street in Gillingham has a defibrillator that relies on Wi-Fi. A fundraising appeal has been set up to help victims of the huge fire in Canterbury that's left dozens of people unable to return home. And a missing skunk has been found in Staplehurst thanks to his best pal, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, who managed to sniff him out. And finally, the future of an iconic tree in Rochester is uncertain after it split in 2 overnight. Claire Freeman reports.
It has stood in the heart of Rochester for more than a century, but today the future of the iconic catalpa tree is looking uncertain. At some point overnight, the trunk of the tree, which is believed to be 150 years old, appears to have split in 2. One local councillor remembers having his photo taken on the tree as a child.
There must be thousands of people that have had their pictures taken with it, and it's, whether you recognise it or not, it is part of the cathedral and the general street scene here. It's part of us, and it'd be tragic to see anything happen to it.
The American Indian bean tree, which stands between the cathedral and the castle, is believed to be the oldest of its kind in England. It is unknown what caused it to split, but tree surgeons told Councillor Tranton that the centre of the trunk is rotten. Former Mayor of Medway, Sue Haydock, has been campaigning to preserve the tree.
This is totally unexpected. I guess it must be the weight of the branches that haven't been propped. And hopefully, with what's still left, with a bit of treatment of the exposed split wood, a bit of pruning, a bit more propping, we should hopefully save the tree.
This morning, workmen were busy pruning branches to clear the pathway next to the cathedral, and they'll be back tomorrow to make sure it's safe. This is Claire Freeman reporting for KMTV in Rochester.
There's more local news on KMFM, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, but that's it from KMTV.